I'm Moody, but almost all my friends call me Moody.
But I call him Moody. We all do.
I woke up at around 9:30, and to the sound of his phone ringing. And when I picked it up, I went downstairs and I just saw him on the ground in the bathroom. When I was really young, probably 3 or 4, my mother kind of left the house and she didn't really come back. I didn't really enjoy her presence beforehand, so I don't suppose she really ever served as a mother figure, maybe for 30 seconds, and then she gave up because it was hard. And then other than that, my father passed away, I think almost 3 years ago now. I suppose that actually hit me quite a bit harder than my mother leaving. And so now I live with my Aunt Senna and my cousin Zarifi.
My name's Senna Mora, and I am Mahmoud Amora's aunt. Zarifi is Mahmoud's cousin, and they have grown up together. They've always hung out together, but having him live in the house with us has been challenging at times. I think Mahmoud would agree. That I think part of it is that they are just so close that they have no problem treating each other like siblings. But they also get along pretty well. I think they would both defend each other to the ends of the world. So I think in some ways it's really good. Moody has been an only child up until this point, and so having him in this setting has allowed him to sort of have the true sibling experience, all the good and bad that comes with it. I mean, it can be really wonderful and it can be challenging. So, and they're both in marching band together. I mean, they have some things that they do like. He is very positive. I will absolutely say he is a positive person. I do sometimes think that he feels like he has to be positive. You know what I mean? And there are times I'm like, you don't have to be that. But he is, for the most part, he is not angry, he is not unhappy, he's not resentful or anything like that. He can sometimes, though, I worry that he takes on too much and worries about making other people happy. And it's like, you don't have to do that. You are still only 15. It's not your job to make everybody else happy.
I feel that now in my life, I definitely feel happy, cheerful. Maybe cheerful's a bit much, but happy in my life. And I feel like that's because I really am enjoying my life right now. And I haven't been enjoying it for a long time. But right after my dad died, which was the second half of my 7th grade and most of my 8th grade year, I kind of felt like, you know how you wake up in the morning and you feel neutral or you feel happy? I would just wake up sad. I wouldn't have a fresh start every day. I would just start out lower. But eventually I learned the value of smaller things in my life. Things that I used to not enjoy as much. I didn't enjoy them to their fullest extent. I wasn't very active in band. I didn't talk to my teachers as much. I feel like I definitely bother them much more now than I did then. And then I think it just got better, bit by bit. And I learned, happiness is kind of relative, so it depends on where you're starting out at. And I suppose after the big drop, it took a while for me to just get happier with the things that I did have. In my life, I definitely appreciate my friends and family a lot. And I don't, I suppose after the loss of my father, I learned to kind of appreciate everyone else's love for me, even though it won't be as much as he had for me. If everyone else has a little bit of love, it will add up. If I had just one day with him, I think I would just love to have dinner with him, at least. I'd love to be able to laugh things off with him, be able to joke around with him for an hour or so, I definitely would need to ask him for a lot of help. I remember I'm still living off of some of the advice he would give me when I was little. He would go on these long rants about every day of like him starting out as an engineer working in Chicago, and every story had a lesson in it. And I'd just love to hear those one more time. Well, there are definitely a lot of times when like I'm dealing with life and I'll think back and I'll say, that's exactly like my dad told me. And I suppose it's sad. I definitely would love to just hang out with him sometime, but I don't think I've needed help in a while. I feel like I got it figured out. Got him now. I definitely don't have it figured out, but I like to tell myself that.